Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here from Detroit. Belle. It should be a fun race tonight. We are live here in this 2.35 mile track, 14 turns here right now. The LMP2 cars out on track getting a qualifying time put in. GTE and GTD has already put in a qualifying effort with Chris Bumgarner and GTE qualifying first in that class, or GTE, sorry, with a 128.867, and over in, I'm sorry, he did not. That was in the GTD. And over in GTE, Colin Weatherholt qualified pole with a 125.396, and right now on top of the board it is Paul Gibson in the LLP. Whoa, man, that was a little aggressive, but Paul Gibson right now on top of the board and qualifying for the LMP2 cars. Still a couple cars hasn't went out. David Shutt hasn't went out. Ross Booth Terry Dahl also not out on the track at the moment. Should be a pretty wild race here from Detroit. This is a fun track. Very tight racetrack here as well. This is one of them tracks that a lot of people, when you look at the schedule, it seems like this could be a very tightly contested race as far as how close in the passing zones that these cars have. There's not a ton of passing zones. There's a few, but it's going to make things tricky, especially depending on when it happens. But anyway, so 12 turns, 2.35 miles. I'm sitting here looking. We don't know how many laps. I think this is 25 laps, I believe, here tonight. I was trying to find out for sure, but we'll see. I think they actually posted it, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it is 25 laps from what I'm seeing, the Detroit Rock City 25. So anyway, over in practice the other night, it was Paul Gibson fastest in practice, Colin Weatherholt, and Chris Bumgarner, and that's kind of where they are right now here in qualifying. For people that do not know the upcoming schedule for these guys, Daytona next week, VIR the week after, and then Interlagos the following week, and then we actually have a week off, I believe. Yeah, we do have a week off from that, but your next three races, we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, James Allard practice or qualifying right now. Sorry, I'm taking care of some messages as well. James Allard right now 5th in qualifying. We'll see what he can do here. 55 seconds right now on the board, looking to beat a 120. You know, lap times is not a huge difference with these cars. Only 5 seconds from the top time in LMP2 to GTE, so only 5 seconds separating. I guess that's kind of benefits to this track. This is one of 2 street circuits that we go to here tonight, or just not tonight, but here this season. James Allard stays 5th with that. Actually moves up to 4th with that lap. So we'll see if he can move up any more. We'll jump over to Cameron Bidwell, PG13. I believe he just started a few seconds ago. Yeah, 45, 50 seconds ago. Oh, he just messed up. So I'll have to reset. Let's go back to Lachlan right now, running P3. Lachlan right now looking at a 1 minute time here as we get ready to cross the start finish line here in just a moment with him to see if he can improve. Right now currently sitting 3rd. Cameron Bidwell, Paul Gibson still 1st and 2nd. coming down to a minute and about 40 seconds. He is going to have time, if he chooses to, for 2 more laps. He's going to bring the car down pit road. So he will not have another lap, it does not appear. William Kabbalah out on track as well. William right now with a minute and 15-second lap. Still needs to beat a 1:23.84. And it looks like that might actually qualify. Paul Gibson's still out there actually trying to improve his lap. I don't see nobody else going out. He is the only one. David Shutt is actually rolling out. I don't think he's going to have enough time. He's just going to try to get a little bit of practice, I believe. Unless, yeah, he's not going to have enough time to get his lap in. So we'll see how he does. He was out there a minute ago and had an issue. But here we go. Qualifying coming to an end. Don't know if it's going to let. Yeah, it's going to automatically take it off. So here we go. Green flag is set to come out right now as the grid sets to begin. We'll take a look here at your starting lineup for Class 1 of the GT or LMP2 cars. Paul Gibson right now on the pole with Cameron Bidwell, Lachlan. There's James Aller, Dave Hill, Mark Wilson, David Shutt, William Kabbalah. And that will round out your GT or LMP2 class. Here you go. Here is your GTE with Colin Weatherholt, Mitch Hiller, Alex LaRose, Nikhil Copper. Hope I said his name right. Probably not. Tommy Ryan, James Prostel, Christopher Jimenez, John Kashuniak, Bill Palucki. There's Jim in the 34, qualifying in 10th. Freddie D. La Rosa in 11th. There's Ross Booth. Keep your eye on him. Terry Dahl, who had a meeting tonight with Hamburg. Actually, I believe met the owner of that, which is pretty cool, which is his sponsor. There's Chris Bumgardner over in the pole for the GTD class with Matthew up in second in that 222 car with Ryan Robertson, the 210. Robert running out the second row in 4th. Robert Centerville running out 5th. Chris Smithshield. There is Joe Burchett rolling out in 7th. Good to see him back. Trent Brown in 8th. David Berry, good to see him as well. Mark Kudrowski, Les Turner. We'll see what Les can do here tonight. Hasn't had the greatest start to this season. We'll see how he does tonight. Keith's going to be rolling off 12th. And Kevin Kyle will roll off in P13. Pretty good class, actually, the GTE or D class. Once again, our tickers only show 2 classes at once, so we kind of got to go back and forth between them. So you guys just bear with me when it comes to that, and we'll see. But GT, everybody still green. There comes the field as we get set to go green here in just a moment. I think we actually gridded. I don't know where we actually gridded out, towards the back stretch. Anyway. Sorry, Greg, did not see your message over on. Green flag is out as I have my spotter on, but the green flag is out. Cameron Bidwell showing P2 at the moment. Paul Gibson still P1 as we roll through. Green flag about to come out here in just a moment for these guys. They are green as well. GTE underway, and then back to GTD. We will see these guys since we kind of missed the start. There's the green flag. Chris Bumgardner is underway here in this one. Watch these guys for a couple moments. We will jump up here very quickly to LMP cars. Still green flag, of course. No issues. Hopping on board. There's what it looks like inside the LMP2 car. On board with Lachlan McMillan, currently running P3. Behind Cameron Bidwell. These things right here get up to speed so quick in the LMP 2 cars. It is very amazing how quick these things go. Bill Paul Lucky back here in the GTE. We're in a little bit further back. Oh, big wreck in front of him. Who was that? Looked like it could have been James Prostel Jr. in the 16. Yes, it was. He goes around. Look from above. Did it happen with wheel spin? Oh, did he get a little bit of the curb? Yeah, he just went around. Very little damage. It's not going to affect the car any, I don't think. So we will go back to the green flag, or to the green. John Kashuniak has had an issue in the 04. Not sure what happened here. We'll see if we can find it. Just hard onto the wall and actually toes from that. So we stay green here on the race surface right now. Let's jump back just a little bit. Joe Burchett running right behind Robert. This should be a pretty good race. Robert right now 6th. As you see the GTD cars running right at you. Robert running that BMW M4 GT3 with Joe Burchett right behind him running that new Lamborghini. Both of these cars new to the iRacing service with the latest build. It's good to see some guys actually putting these cars to the test. We talked about it last week. I think it was Matthew. Oh, what happened here? We had another issue up in GTE. The 42 and Mikhail had some issues here. We'll see what happened. Oh, not the greatest view. Oh, right there. Just trying to do the same thing like we've seen a couple people do. One thing about these tracks, the way they're set up, being kind of very tight turns, the way this track's set up. It's a very tight track, so. All right, let's hop up to LMP2. Dave Hill working on the back of Lachlan McMillan. This is for P number 4 in LMP2 class, number 98. Right now in 4th with Lachlan. Dave Hill into 13, running P5. Probably the fastest part of the circuit right here. And then you slow way down into a right-hand turn. As you guys can see, you're going to open it up right out of this corner once again. Oh, I'm sorry, I was actually looking at the wrong person. Open it up right out of this corner right here a little bit into another right-hand turn. Pretty cool how quick these things are. Once again, over on your left side of the screen, we will be swapping back and forth with that overlay. As you see the GTD class, Chris Bumgardner right there in P1 with Matthew currently running 2nd. Ryan Robertson. I believe this might be our biggest field for these guys. Well, it's about even. I think there's 13 GTE and 13 GTD cars. Unfortunately, Terry Dahl not here. Don't look like Ross Booth also not here. Kind of a start and park for them guys. Oh, Burchett goes around. No damage. Let's see what he chooses to do. And he's going to back it up and continue on. He'll just have to work his way back up to the field. He's quick enough to. We'll have to wait and see. We'll jump back up to where that wreck actually happened. As Robert was actually putting a lot of pressure here on Chris Smith Shield Smith, currently in 5th right at the moment. Once again, tonight, doubleheader night here on TRN. We will be live immediately following this place with the Raise Energy Truck Series. Should be a fun race as well from from Homestead. Should be a good race over there as well. Watch Matthew here. Let's actually hop on board with the driver of the 222 car. Also drive that Lamborghini GTE. Trying to run now Chris Bumgardner in the 30 car, who's right there in front of him. Seems some smoke right there. I'm not sure where that's from. And once again, this is the first of second street courses these guys plan to do this year. I think they also plan to run Long Beach here within the next few weeks as well. Up to Colin Weatherholt now, trying to run down Mitch Heller. How about Mitch, by the way? This guy has continued to improve every single week. And every time I talk about him, I usually jinx him. Hopefully it don't happen tonight. But mention that 45 car. What happened to... well, we had somebody else that was up there besides Colin. I know he did. I can't find him. I don't know. Anyway. Mitchell did a great job, but here comes that PG-13 Colin Weatherholt, number 21, trying to run him down. This is our closest battle for the top position in GTE. On board right now with Mitch Heller. Of course, we got the 360 cam working as well. Looking back at Colin Weatherholt. That's what it looks like at Long Beach, really opening it up right here. And you slow way down into a right-hand corner. Very easy to misjudge this. You see, you're still taking it pretty aggressive. Mitch looks really good through that section, though. So, same as Colin, both of them guys. Oh, Dave Hill has had an accident. Lachlan McMillan as well. What happened here? So here's what happened to Lachlan. In that 98, just loses it out of the corner. And immediately followed that, Dave Hill, one of the... Oh, he just got hard into the wall. I'm not sure what happened there. Oh, yeah, something had to happen to him. I think his screen mail went black on his car or in his sim, because that's something we don't normally see. I hope everything's all right with him. But back to our race lead here for the GTE class with Heller and Weatherholt. You do see McMillan right behind these two. That is one thing these cars are going to have to deal with. If you're the LMP2 cars, you're going to have to be patient, especially when behind these guys through this top of the track or through this section of the track. You've got to kind of be a little bit patient not to, well, kill them. Let's just be honest. Right there, you're going to open it up, and you see McMillan. He did wait to the straightaway to do so. And that's how you make a pass on trying to get around these people, or these guys that's a little bit slower. There's a pass right there. McHale takes over fifth for Freddie De La Rosa. Oh, he got the wall a little bit. Trent Brown over here as well in the number 7 car, currently running 7th, putting a lot of pressure on Robert Centerville, who's still 6th, with Chris Shieldsmith still right there in 5th. These guys have not really separated, but here comes the LMP2. Number 32. That's James Zoller going by all 3 of them guys. Could have opened the door here. However, for Robert, not going to be able to take it. Oh, I'm sorry about the pre-lay over show. I did not know. I do apologize. I'm sorry. I was not reading chat. That is completely my fault. Thank you for somebody saying that, though. I think I'm going to have to get rid of that thing. I forget way too much, so I just leave it on. Maybe time to get rid of it. Or leave me little sticky notes to remind myself. Chris Bumgarner still out in front. You did see all these guys going around. But here's our LMP2 leader, Paul Gibson, in the number 31, still out front here in the lead. Cameron Bidwell still second. James Aller third. Mark Wilson currently fourth. I think we only had 8 LMP2 cars here tonight. Yeah, that's what it was. There was 8. But in that class, Mitch Heller still leading over here in the GTE class with Colin Weatherholt second. And then, once again, back in GTD, Chris Bumgardner and Matthew running first and second. As you watch Chris Bumgardner, he's been fast since practice and still being really fast here tonight. Once again, next week, these guys go to Daytona. Daytona's going to be a fun race. We'll have a special guest, I believe, with us in the booth. What happened here? Issues. Yes, there's more smoke being issued as well. Christopher Jimenez is around here as well. Not sure if these two guys they didn't get into each other. Here's what happened to Mikkel. Oh, another look. Oh, they actually blinked in. There was some connection issues there for sure. And that happened. And then right here, Christopher Jimenez going into the corner, locks it up, and into the tire barrier as well. He bounces off of it and keeps going. But not good for the count of 42. There's definitely damage on the front. And once again, these guys will have to hit pit road. So we should be close to actually doing that here within the next, I don't know. Anytime I think you can make it from now to the end, but oh, Chris Mills, oh man, oh, issues. Shield Smith and Mark Kudrowski almost collected. Don't know what actually happened to Chris here in the 26. Just locks it up going into the corner. Let me know in the chat if there's a guy that y'all want to see. We will check in on it if I'm not showing him yet. Nah, that's my bad. Sorry about that, guys. Hey, I agree. Les Turner is the man. Like, haven't showed him at all, but there he is. Still runs my favorite scheme with the Batman. Not doing horrible, by the way. I think it'd be good if he's just able to actually finish a race without any issues. Because the way his season has went this year so far, and then last season it didn't go great. So that's one reason why I hate talking about certain guys, because I usually jinx them. You know, that's just me. It's the Adam curse, and it is real. Joe Burchett taking that spot away. Oh, Les really getting an issue there. He had to slow way down. Here comes some LMP2 cars. That is the 13th of Dave Hill going around as well. How you doing, Patrick? Hope everything's good. Once again, Detroit here tonight. Daytona next week. Like I was talking about Daytona, we're going to probably a lot of guys' favorite track, I would guess. By the way, I do want to mention real quick, we have had some pit stops actually happen. Freddie De La Rosa has been on pit road. Not super surprised to see that. Christopher Jimenez looks like he just called it quits for tonight. Nikel has been on pit road as well. That was scheduled. And Lachlan McMillan has been on pit road. Remember, everybody's got to pit at least one time in this race before we make it to the end. So everybody will have to pit at least once as you get a look at your LMP2 leader in class at the moment. jump back a little bit here. Check out. Oh, we got a battle up here for the lead. Oh, I thought we did. It was showing a lot closer a moment ago. So you see Les Turner getting past. We'll let them guys go. But Les did a good job once again, like I was saying. I think he just needs to have a solid night. It don't even matter where he finishes. I think he just wants to stay out of trouble. Colin was right here on the bumper. I'm going to be honest, I feel like between this class with the GTE, I think it's going to come down to pit stops for that class. So we'll definitely keep that kind of watching out or looking out for. So you see James Aller right now caught up behind James Prost. And that's one thing, being caught up behind these cars, is, like I said, you just got to show patience. We talked about that before, even in interviews with guys. Definitely tough to do. So Chris Bumgarner's still leading the way over in GTD. Here's a look at Robert running fourth at the moment. Still waiting on some pit stops to happen. We will get them once they start to. I know the overlay, by the way, does sometimes show pit. Keep in mind, all these guys not on pit road. Here's David Berry, however, on pit road. He's got quite a bit of damage on that 74 car. So he's going to slide in and get that repaired. He'll be down and away. He is driving that Lamborghini Valvoline car, so he'll be kind of down and away. We'll see. I've seen about 8 seconds is... I'm sorry, not 8 seconds. I've seen about 12 seconds. So if you get lower than 12 seconds, it seems like a pretty good stop for the GTD cars. In about 9 seconds. Here's David Shutt in LMP class. Keep on him. I always check pit lane time, not really box time. But let's see, 14.5 in the box. Total time on pit road is what we really want to watch. 35.5. So we'll kind of compare that to what Paul Gibson and them guys run. And I think over the GTE class, you're going to see about 30 seconds total time on pit road. Once again, I'm not 100% accurate on that, but something we're going to be watching out for once they hit pit road. Les Turner is in pit road. So is Joe Burchett. So this is a good opportunity to see what these guys, Joe Burchett already in the box. And he'll be rolling out here. 11.4 for him. We'll check total time on pit lane. It will be a 33.3, so not bad there. We're going to call that the standard for now. 33.3. Les Turner done away. He did not get out of the box very great, but he did have a quick stop with 11.2 and a 33.8. So there you go. Mark Kudrowski also on pit road in that class as well. A lot of damage on that 944 car. He is the only car right now on pit road, and he's going to sit there and get some of that damage repaired, it looks like. So we'll go back here to, we'll jump up right now to like Paul Gibson and them, and James Allard, who's running P2 at the moment. Want to mention, just seen the change. Colin Weatherholt has gotten around Mitch Heller here for the top spot in GTE. Did not see it before, but that has taken place. Here's Trent Brown. He is on pit road. He got some damage as well. He's going to take that quick repair. He does, the PG-13 car. We'll wait and see the pit road exit. And once again, as he's down and away, we're going to wait to see the pit stop. And anything below 33 is good. 32.7, a great pit stop there. That was GTD, by the way. Paul Gibson, your leader from LLP2, is on the way. Spending a lot of time on pit road. 37, 39, 39.6. That's actually a long time to spend on pit road. He took 18 seconds worth of fuel, so that could come back to hurt him. We'll have to wait to see if that does body him once James Allard hits pit road. We'll keep an eye on James to see if he hits pit road this time. Oh, he's getting used to the VR. That does make a lot of sense. I understand. I definitely understand that. I think, it takes some getting used to. Here's James Allard, though. We're waiting to see him and Cameron Bidwell hit pit road. Once these two guys hit pit road of Allard and Bidwell, that will conclude pit stops for the LMP2. Meanwhile, here's a car on pit road, Colin Weatherholt, your leader in GTE class. Once again, looking for something under 28 seconds, or we'll say under 29 seconds. Also see the PG-13 car right there coming in, and 20-30, a little bit slow. I think it could have been a little bit faster. We'll see if that benefits Mitch Heller whatsoever. Cameron Bidwell on pit road. Once again, we was talking about pit stops earlier. Remember, Paul Gibson had a 39.6. Gibson has already got back around him, but we're going to watch Bidwell to see total time. Definitely a lot quicker as far as how much fuel he took, and definitely going to be faster. He actually was 9 seconds faster, so if that's any indication, we could see a very close battle up front between Gibson and Allard as we watch that. Bumgardner has had an issue. He was your leader in GTD. He actually had a backup. As you see him really slow out of the pit box. Really slow. Looking for anything 29 and lower. Long pit road here, especially in the GTD class. Looking for anything 29 and lower. He's definitely not going to beat that. It's going to be a 30. We'll go at 31.9. We're going to call it 32. And now, here comes Allard. This is the race we're really going to be watching. We're going to be watching him and Paul Gibson. Gibson about 22 seconds behind. I still think Gibson's going to be okay. But you just never know. There's Gibson right there. Allard's still right there, and yeah, Allard's definitely going to lose the lead as Paul Gibson will take the lead back in LMP2 class now. So with that said, every car has hit pit road, all but one, and that is GTD. Robert, right now in that 199, has yet to see pit road. I would expect him to come probably this time. I don't expect him to go any further than this, but we'll see. I do want to mention after the pit stops with Weatherholt, remember we talked about him as well. Weatherholt was able to keep the lead after pit stop cycles as well. He is out by about 2 seconds, 2.5 over Mitch Heller at the moment. And here comes Robert down pit road. So that will actually conclude pit stops for everyone, I do believe. Joe Burchett, after that spin earlier, has worked himself back up to P6. Remember, he started, I think, in 7th or so. So he's done a pretty good job of doing what he's doing. Looking around right now, everybody kind of spaced out at the moment. I'm trying to see if there's a close battle anywhere, and at the moment I'm not really seeing much. Right here's our closest one between David Shutt and Mark Wilson. They're about a second apart right now. Mark Wilson in that 323 car. Once again, Daytona next week, then Virginia International Raceway after that. Daytona going to be one of them races that's very close. everybody's kind of got a really good feel for it already. So that's going to be fun to watch them guys battle it out from there. Let's see who can win that one. Once again, 3 different classes in this series. For people that don't know a ton about Red Sox, this is probably one of the oldest, I would guess, leagues as far as road leagues go that is around. It was founded by the co-owner of the Boston Red Sox, John Henry, which is the name Red Sox Racing League. Now it's being ran by Terry Dahl and Les Turner, who does a fantastic job of keeping the league alive. It's been around, I don't know how many seasons now, a ton. So that's pretty cool. We do got a battle back here, actually. Mitch Heller has given up the second position. He's got some damage as well. And that's the thing with Mitch. His season has been really good. He's shown that he's capable of running, you know, where he should. He's just had a lot of bad luck as well. Oh, who is that? Oh, more issues. There's the pile up. More issues. James Allard was involved. Cameron Bidwell. Oh, man, there's more cars dodging him. Look at this. This was a pretty big pile. Oh, right there. That was the 04 getting into the 32. That 04, I believe that was a GTD. Yeah, that was, who was it? I think 04. That was the 4th place. I believe that was Robert that actually got into him. It was. And then this right here happened. More piles in. Robert getting turned right there. That was the 64 of Alex LaRose and Mitch Heller getting involved in it. They are able to get out of it. Man, I was not expecting to see that. We are coming to 4 laps to go. As you look up here at our race leader. Overall race leader, the PG-13 Paul Gibson machine. Mitch is still racing. Right there he is. He was actually in the lead for a long time. Unfortunately has had some accidents happen the last few laps. Still running P3 at the moment, but definitely should be battling for that lead or even in the lead. Here's the battle right here, though. Mark Wilson side by side with James Allard for the P3 spot. Oh, boy, that was close. David Shutt, look at this, taking that spot away as well. Shutt moving his way up. Here he is now, working on the back of Wilson for P3. Wilson done a pretty good job. You see him flashing the lights at the 7 of Trent Brown. Brown gets into the wall, bounces off the wall into David Shutt. And I think Shutt got some damage from that. I don't know if there's a ton. Let's check on the 7 car. He may have got a little bit of a scrape there. There's quite a bit right there. Wow. Brown is still able to stay in 5th at the moment, but meanwhile, Gibson still in the lead. No worries. I was really pulling for Mitch. Like, I've been waiting to see him break out the win. He's done good. Honestly, he's been, like I was saying last week, probably the most improved driver out of everybody I've seen in this league ever. He's improved so much over the past 2 seasons. He ended last season pretty strong. This season, he's been really good. He's just had a lot of bad luck that happens late in races, and it's not his fault. Not all of it, anyway. But he's done good, man. Like, honestly, he's been really impressive. And that's him that we're currently watching right now. I'm actually right on board. currently running P3 right now. Right behind Alex LaRose, and that's Alex right in front of him. So Mitch is battling for this second position right now as we go into the corner here. This track, very tricky. This is a really technical racetrack. A lot of people don't really know how technical this place actually is. It's probably one of the toughest tracks that we go to. Honestly, probably all season. Looking over here at the schedule, like I said, we go to Daytona next week. The VIR is going to be tough too, but that's a good track to go to. Interlagos, Long Beach is going to be another tough one. The rest of them, I think, should be okay. Sebring might be pretty tough, but especially with 3 different classes. But still a battle here going on for P2. This is our closest battle right now, by the way, in the entire field. We're kind of staying with that. I take that back. There is another one right here in the LMP2 between Wilson and David Shutt. So we're going to kind of go back and forth between the battle for third in LMP2 and the battle for the GTE between Alex LaRose and Mitch Heller. Kind of working back and forth with that. As we are about to come to the white flag. Next time by for Paul Gibson, who's done fantastic, like I said, here tonight. Not too surprised to see that. David Shutt using a little bit of that draft in this long straightaway. Here comes the run. Not going to be able to get it just yet. Boy, Wilson got really loose on the exit. Did allow Shutt to close that gap up, and he's closing it up here, but he does got a lot of traffic, including one, Mitch Heller, who's right there in front, who's battling for his spot. So here's all 4 of our cars that we was watching a moment ago. Oh, this is going to make things very interesting here. Heller right now really knows he needs to move, but he can't afford to move as well. Things are getting very interesting as the white flag is out. There they go. Big wreck. Mark Wilson, David Shutt into the wall. Big wreck in LMP2 for that final third spot. Here's the replay. Did David Shutt make contact? I think they kind of did touch. Big wreck there. We stay green, but it will take, I believe that might take David Shutt out. We'll have to wait and see. David Shutt currently running third, but we are on the white flag lap for Paul Gibson. Mitch Heller, by the way, still back here battling for this spot, but we're going to watch Paul Gibson as he works off the final couple corners. And looking to get a win here at a very tough racetrack at Detroit. And checker flag will wave this time, and Paul Gibson wins at Detroit. Now back to the battle between these guys. Colin Weatherholt going to try to hold on. We're going to watch that as well, but we're kind of watching the battle for second here with Mitch Heller as well. Weatherholt going to win here as well as he works through the final couple corners here at Detroit. And checker flag, Colin Weatherholt wins the GTE. Battle back here for second GTE. Oh, David Shutt making a big move here. I don't think it's going to be enough. Alex LaRose will finish second. Chris Bumgardner now will win as well in the GTD class. Wow. So these guys are going to have to work all the way around the racetrack, and there is your winner, a PG-13, Chris Bumgardner, but there is your winner, LMP2. We'll have to go talk to a couple of these guys. Once again, we do got another race coming up immediately following this one on Facebook as well. On Facebook, that is. And we'll be live over there in just a moment. If you haven't followed us on Facebook, Trackside Racing Network, you guys can watch some oval racing from Homestead, which should be fun. But there is your LMP2 winner. as well as your GTE Colin Weatherholt picking up the victory. We're over here in GTE PG-13. Once again, finished a 1, 2, and 3 in the race tonight. Well, not 1, 2, and 3. They're winner of each class. I hate saying 1, 2, 3. That's probably not fair. But winner in each class. So we're going to talk to a couple guys here right now. We're going to talk to Paul Gibson. Paul, it's Adam Chapman up in the booth. You got me?
Yep, I got you.
Man, another race, another victory. This was a very tough track, man. Talk about driving an LMP2.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like, that had to be tough driving that car around here.
Yeah, it shatters pretty much around the whole track. The patch today with the rear suspension changes and helped it a little bit, but it's still like very ginger all the way around the track.
Yeah, and you know, the cars that you're driving at LMP2, they turn good, but very easy to get wheel spin off the corners. We've seen a couple cars do that.
Thanks, Ryan. Good comeback, man.
Talk about some of these, you know, the corners that driving here. Like, what was the biggest challenge to you besides what you just mentioned?
Probably the last two corners on the track. Right. Sometimes those last two right-handers, sometimes you can go through there and it just kind of cuts a nice line and you're like, oh, okay, that was good. And then the next lap, it just bounds and it's like you catch the suspension and the tires catch the top of every bump instead of kind of soaking everything up. So you actually kind of have to be back off like 5 or 10 miles an hour through there than what you think you could do just so the car has enough time to soak all the stuff up.
How often does your team PG-13 practice? Because you guys dominated again tonight.
We probably practiced this track 3 nights, including the one for the league. We're all working together, real close, and we switch cars and we try. You know, we just try stuff with different cars, and it's working out really well. Everyone's getting speed like very quickly.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
We've seen it, man.
Yep. Yeah, we're excited because we're going to probably take 2 cars to the Daytona 24 here, so we're real excited about doing that.
Y'all are probably gonna win. We're just gonna throw that out there.
Probably not.
No, man, that was impressive. You're always fast in these things. Shout outs you want to give out?
Yeah, just PG-13, and also I think PG-13 may have won all the classes. Yes. So that's our. I think that's the first time we've done that. That's really cool. So. Congrats to all those guys, and thanks to the guys for putting it on, and you for running this the race every week.
Hey, good job tonight, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, buddy. Next up, it is going to be Colin Weatherholt, the winner of the GTE class, and good to see Colin back in here, winner of the Corvette. Colin, you got a copy?
I got you, Adam. How's it going?
Pretty good. Well, your race wasn't, I don't want to say dominant per se. Mitch Heller and you had a great battle for a long time, a lot of back and forth, but you was able to get out in front. Once you was able to get out in front, you kind of drove away a little bit from him. Talk a little bit about that race in between you and him, man. That was fun to watch.
Yeah, at the beginning, I definitely thought that it was going to be just me pacing and hopefully pulling away a little bit, and I got caught up in some traffic, and he capitalized naturally. And other than that, our racing was really awesome. We were really close, and I had to go around the outside of them for 2 corners. Capitalized on the inside. I got to go back and look at that. I was pretty excited to go see that.
When you're racing these cars, and this is kind of a weird question because I don't normally ask this type of question, but for people that don't know, when you're racing road cars per se, because I do a lot of oval broadcasts, but how much are you thinking about the corners in front of you to try to set up a pass? Are you thinking a few corners ahead, or are you thinking just about the next one?
This track in particular is super tricky. I don't know that there's any good place to pass. So honestly, I'm just focusing on keeping it out of the walls and hopefully capitalizing on mistake because this track is mistake prone.
Yeah, it's very, like, I'll be honest, when I seen it on the schedule, I was like, oh no.
Very, very.
I mean, I think a lot of people looked at it like that, man. No, it was good to see you pulling off another win. I don't know how many wins you got in the season. It's like your 3rd win now, I think, in this league. 2nd or 3rd?
I believe it's the 3rd, yeah.
I think so. So congratulations on that, man. You're becoming one of the top ones as well. Shout outs and all that you want to give out?
Yeah, just a big shout out to Les and Terry and yourself and PG-13. We got Impact Racing and Control F12 Media, Cam's Oil on there, OMG Paints. We're doing some cool stuff. I'm glad to be a part of the league.
Hey, dude, good job.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot, buddy. There you go. There's Colin. Now, next up, I think, did we interview Chris Bumgarner as well last week. Chris, ain't this your second week in a row now getting a win over there in GTD?
Yeah, man, I don't want to jinx it, so let's not talk about it.
All right, we'll talk about tonight, man. You was out front, and you didn't have too much. I mean, really, let me ask you this, okay? Because you're one of the slower cars, of course, GTE, but it's still a very fun car to drive, let's be honest. But, man, your biggest concern, I mean, not only racing the other guys, but you got to watch what's coming up behind you as well, because there's a lot of other faster cars.
So, yeah, absolutely. You know, it's almost easier this week than it was last week, because
really?
there's kind of places that you pass here, and there's places you don't. And, you know, some of them they're non-negotiable, you know, like nobody's going to try here. They're going to wait till, you know, 2 turns later. So there's definitely places you have to be like more aware. But there's a few places you can at least breathe. So that part's nice. And then as far as the competition and stuff, you know, Matt Gosh and I practiced like all week, and I only won like 2 sessions all week.
Really?
And it just so happened to be like qualifying and a race. So he was ballistic fast all week, and he had a little rough luck with another class car, but man, he was really, really quick. So big shout out to him.
Still finishing third, but 13 cars is not too bad. So let me ask you,
you
take these cars now to Daytona, and everybody's been practicing for Daytona. Everybody knows Daytona. Like, if you don't road race, you know about the Daytona 24, or if you're on iRacing, you've probably done it. Very familiar track with everybody. What's your thoughts on going to that place? Because there is a lot of familiarity with everybody, so that's going to be a lot tighter race, I think, than a lot of people realize.
It's going to have to be mistake-free racing. It's going to be really tight. The draft, I think, is going to be huge. I think you're going to see packs of, especially GT3 cars. You're going to see packs of them going around the track. So, again, luckily, you know, this league is so clean and so respectful with each other. I'm actually really looking forward to the close racing. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think Daytona could be probably our best race that we see all year. Like, I'm really looking forward to it. Either way, man, first place, more points for you. That's always a good thing. Shout outs and all that you want to give out.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys. Like Colin said, for putting this on. This league is wonderful. To all the PG-13 guys. To Jessica for putting up with me sitting in a chair driving a car and racing it, and to Amy for picking all the colors on my car. So thanks for the pink, Aim. Appreciate it.
It actually looked pretty good though.
yeah, I like it's growing on me for sure. I'm a fan.
You gotta rock it, man.
But thank you guys, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you. There you go. There's your winner of GTD as well. So, to let you guys know, we do have another broadcast coming up immediately following this one. It starts here in just a moment over on Facebook, the Raise Energy Truck Series. Y'all make sure y'all tune in for that. I hope everybody enjoyed the broadcast besides my little screw up like I always have. I always have one race or broadcast, but we'll get it worked out. Anyway, thank y'all very much for watching. I don't think y'all understand how much it means when people tune in to watch these racers, and they really do appreciate it when they get the support from family and friends. It's awesome. So, yeah, that's going to do it. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Y'all have a great night. We will be live immediately following this one. Next week, Daytona for this. Me and Joe Burchett will be in the booth. Trust me, you don't want to miss Joe in the booth. The man knows road racing, and he will be perfect to listen to about it when it comes to Daytona especially. Y'all have a great night. We'll hopefully see y'all soon. If not, y'all have a great night. God bless.